So I was working nights. My buddy Keon, he's still one of my best friends. We hang out.
I think I know Keon.
Keon's a good dude. And it's like 3:30 in the morning, and we get dispatched to this call, and it's teenage male high out of his mind. That's all it said.
Yeah.
And an address. So I'm like, dude, God damn it, I'm so tired. I don't want to go and just tell someone that they're high and they're fine. And we roll up on scene. It's like, and this is a nice-ish neighborhood. Turn off the lights because we don't want to like wake up the neighborhood essentially. So we turn off the lights, kind of talking to each other, like getting all our stuff together. And I jump out of the ambulance, and I literally almost step on like this Macaulay Culkin-sized kid. Like he looked like Kevin from Home Alone, just like
McAllister.
Kevin, yeah. Kevin McAllister, just like this gangly, like all knees and elbows kid. And I almost step on him, and he's in his underpants. He's on his phone. He's like, yeah, I think they're here. I'm like, who are you, and why are you whispering?
Fuller.
Easy on the Pepsi.
Exactly. He's like, he just got mad he had to sleep in the attic. He's coming out.
He ordered an entire cheese pizza and somebody ate it.
Yeah, someone had to puke it up. He's feeling sad.
We're detracting again.
Okay, so back to Fuller.
So like this kid, he's like this pasty little kid, he's like, I think they're here. He's on the phone with some friend. He hangs up, and I'm like, did you call 911? And he's like, yeah, I called 911. And I'm like, what's going on? Come into the ambulance. And so we sit down, we talk to him, and basically he ate an edible for his first time.
Oh no.
His friend had it. They were gonna split it, and he took it because it was in his house. He didn't want his mom and dad to find it. And
Ballsy move.
I was like, so what are you feeling? What's going on? He's like, I feel like I'm having a conversation, and then time skips, and I'm in the middle part of the sentence. I'm like, oh, dude, you got the skips.
That's a brown out right there.
I'm just like,
Is that a diagnosis?
I mean, I will not.
Oh, yeah, you got the skips.
That's a technical term. Classic case of the skip. So, and then I think it's just sometimes when you know. And so he's I ended up just explaining to him, like, dude, you're high. Take his vitals. I'm like, chances are you probably won't overdose. Chances are you won't be the only person in history to overdose on marijuana. And so,
Are you sure?
Yeah, and he's like, are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, yeah, dude, like, you're probably going to be okay. Like, do you want to go to the hospital? Because that's the only thing I can do for you, really, is take you to the hospital. But you have to, like, you're a minor. I can't just take you from your house. Like, you have to let your parents know you're going to the hospital. And so he's like, no, dude, I think, like, thanks for talking to me. Thanks for, like, calming me down. I think I'm just going to stay home. And we have to have people sign paperwork if they're not going to
Oh my God.
to go to the hospital. And I realized that this kid is 14 years old. He can't sign shit. I look at my partner Kean, and I look at this kid, and I'm like, oh, buddy, I'm so sorry. But like, you got to tell your mom that you're not going to the hospital. She's got to sign this.
Oh, no.
So we get inside of that. He's like,
why does he have to sign? Just because you guys showed up? And
because of like liability
Okay,
and things,
okay.
right? Somebody has to say like, okay, we're
Right.
not going to take
Right.
care.
So you couldn't leave until he.
I couldn't leave until
right.
somebody signed this
God.
thing. And so,
You didn't just sign for him, dog?
no, dude, I can't forge that. I'll get
Come on,
fired,
just
man.
put
Leave
Patty
the license.
Simpson,
I got
dude.
licenses and
Certificates
credentials.
and credentials, dude.
So like, I'm like, sorry, dude. I'm so sorry, buddy. Like, you gotta get your parents. He's like, my dad's gone on business. My mom's sleeping in her room. We can go inside and get her.
And just to be clear, he's still tripping balls
Yeah,
right now.
he's
Okay,
still
cool.
high.
Okay,
He's
back up.
This,
He ain't
this,
tripping.
this kid's.
I mean, dude,
the
have
wall.
you been 14 and high as shit on edibles before? Because that shit is fucked
I mean,
up.
dude,
I've been 32 years old and high on edibles, freaking out.
Yeah, I mean,
It's so scary.
I mean, he had the skips. He probably he was
Classification
forgetting
skips.
He was forgetting the conversation halfway
Easy
through.
does it.
But I'm like, yeah, dude, you gotta go get your mom. So we get into his house. It's all dark, and we get to his mom's door. I'm knocking on the door. Like, TV's on, no answer. I'm knocking on the door, and no one answers. And like I keep feeling like sorry for this kid. I'm like, dude, you got to go in there and do this. I'm not gonna walk into your mom's room at 3 a.m. Just some random guy with a mustache, and be like,
yeah, that happened.
Looking like Rick Moranis.
It's like, I'm not like she could have a gun. I could get shot. Like,
right.
you have to wake up your mom, and I'm sorry you're so high. You have to do this.
Oh my God.
Like, you have to wake up your mom. Like, I don't want you to get in trouble. And whatever, and this kid starts having a panic attack on the stairs. Like, you guys got to take me to the hospital. Like, you still have to wake up your mom. and so he's
having a panic attack just thinking about waking up his mom.
Yeah,
talking
and
to her.
he's high, and so things are compiling. It's getting worse, and I'm trying to like talk him through it, and I start looking around, and I realize that his mom or his dad, somebody's listening to like Pink Floyd, Marley. They got records all over the place, kind of just like the old stoner music.
Right.
And I was like, dude, I'm going to be honest. I think you're going to be okay. I think you're going to be fine. You're going to be totally cool. Your mom's going to be a little upset, but I think she's going to be fine.
She might even make you a grilled cheese.
And she might make you some chamomile, put you to bed. So this little scrawny kid musters up the courage. He opens up the door and he walks over to his mom, and he's like shaking her, trying to wake her up, and she's not waking up. And I'm like, all of a sudden I went into panic mode. I'm like,
don't tell me that
I'm thinking like, this kid's mom's dead.
Oh my God.
Like that's where my head goes. I'm like, this kid's high as balls. I told him to go wake up his mom. He's gonna find his mom dead. He's high as shit.
Come on, dude.
She wakes up.
Thank God.
Yeah, she does. It just took a couple minutes. She's a hard
Podcast
sleeper.
is over if she's dead, dude. I'm out of here, bro.
She's a hard sleeper, and she's like, who are you and why are you in my house? I tell her, and she's super groggy. So like, I give her the whole spiel, and then like, she's like, wait, who the fuck are you? Because she kind of finally woke up. Tell her,
right.
Dude, this is a scenario. Like, your son's high. It's the first time doing it. He did the right thing, called 911 when he was scared. And she's like, oh, honey, come here, come to bed, and like puts him in bed, puts him in a blanket, and then I'm like, you have to sign this paperwork. So she closes the door and comes out, and his mom just starts bawling, and she's like, I smoked pot when I was a kid, and like I kind of do now, but like it's my firstborn, and he's making this step, and like now all the transitions are happening. And I'm like so ill-equipped to be a parent because I realize that I'm just like, oh yeah, kids smoke pot. That's my response. It's like, oh, kids do that, so it's totally fine. And like I'm trying to be like a good father, but I'm bad at it.
Right.
In the moment, which is, I mean, talk about fears. I'm so scared of being a dad,
Dude.
You're a
this
dad.
boy right here,
Hey,
man.
come on, man.
Dude,
He's
is
got
that
13 more years still. He's eating edibles and tripping
yeah?
balls,
And then
calling
I'm
previous
just gonna
over here.
show up,
Oh my God.
drive across the
He's
state.
gonna
and be
wake
like,
you up and
"Sup,
be like,
dude?"
"Hey, sir,
my
can you
God.
wake up? Your kid's high as balls."
Speaking of panic moments with edibles, actually no, I'm not gonna share this story.
Do it.
No.
Come on. We're giving too many teasers
hold
here,
on,
man.
if only the Reagan administration DARE campaign did that to every kid,
Seriously.
we'd have absolutely no drug problem in America.
Also,
I mean,
thanks for sharing something that was so lighthearted and warm for
oh,
us
dude,
to listen to.
weed is like my favorite thing that people do
was-
because I like
Oh, yeah.
college
You
campuses
just-
are full of people doing it for the first time, and everybody's first time is either really good or really bad.
Right.
And so like people will trip out and like will show up to like a dorm. And I'm like, dude, do you want me to cart you out in a gurney in front of your peers? Do you want to live
Yeah,
that
you're
down
gonna
for
be
the next
looked
4
at.
years?
Oh
Like,
my
how much are you trying to get laid during this
Right.
experience?
Right.
Because like
You're
you're gonna
definitely
be
not.
that guy.
Yeah.
Like, let's put on some cat videos. Let's make you some tea. Dim the lighting. I'll talk to you for a half an hour.
Yeah.
And then if you still want to go at the end of the day, we'll take you.
Oh my God, that's amazing that you get to turn on cat videos for
remember when
people
we
who
turned
are
on-
stoned at university.
Yeah.
It's like you're teaching, you're the senior EMT technician, right? You get
Yep.
the junior cadet in the thing, and you're standing up with your little whiteboard eraser going, now these are the good cat videos over here. You're going to want to quick search the puppy dog vids and then just give them.
There's a person just for that.
I mean, dude, I wish there was. I wish there was a line people could call and just be like, "Hey, I'm high. What is this gonna be like?"
Yeah.
Because
That's scary, man.
You know, it is. if someone doesn't know what they're going to be experiencing or going through, it can be absolutely terrifying. And I think there should be a line that's not 911 for people to call when they're high because they're afraid. They think they're gonna get in trouble. And I'm like, I show up, I'm like, dude, I'm not going to get you in trouble. I ain't no snitch.
Right. I ain't no snitch, son.
I had to cuddle with Alan one time in Vermont for like 4 hours watching monkey
That is the most
vids.
romantic thing
Oh
you've
my
ever
God,
said.
dude,
Blown out of our brains, dude.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was not a
He
fun
wasn't having a
experience.
good time.
Oh, Boo Boo, did you just make it to the end of the video? Yes, you did. Do you want to see more videos just like this one? Do you?
Well, then head over to patreon.com/live at the lodge, where you can support the How Goods of this podcast, as well as the entire Live at the Lodge family.
Yep, yeah, you're going to get exclusive merch, personalized shout-out videos. Me and Jules, we're going to show up at your house and baptize your nephew, huh? Check it out, patreon.com/live at the lodge.